and I can see what looks like military crosses already. And it's vicious thorns, eh? I'd have worn my thongs and stepped on one of them. This guy, 1930. Okay, that's closer. Yeah, young Wilmot from Kyneton. I thought I had some Aussie coins. I was going to put an Aussie coin on his grave if I found him, but I don't know where they are. So all the military crosses. Looks like there's even a memorial. These are people that died in 1920, so only, 20 years after the siege. These headstones are a bit busted up. I guess there was a big run on burials in those 6 months, and maybe they stuck him all in this corner. We're getting close. Lieutenant Scouts, well, he died, I think, just before the war ended. A native, a permanent sergeant of orderlies, died St. Patrick's Day 1903. They're just after the siege, these. But here we are. Here's the men of the King and Empire, Private Ford, Private Covert, the Middlesex Regiment. I can't see Holland, it's faded. The memory of Sergeant James Given, the 2nd Battalion, died September 1902. Erected by the NCOs. That's after the siege. This fella, Sergeant Joseph Delaney, Royal Inniskilling Fusiliers, died at Mafeking, October 1902. Once again, post. Gee, this is good. Lily, let's get one of me with this one. I can't make it out, but it's a perfect sort of headstone, as I say. Oh. Oh. Yeah, we got Jackson, Middlesex, maybe, the North Lancs, 04. As I said, these are all post-siege. 1902. I thought it ended in May of 1902. Sorry, I thought the siege ended in May of 1900. Right, let's go over here. Ooh. So there, but we know the war went on till June of 1902. So those guys back there, they were killed in battle. Let's come and have a look at that big one. Oh man. And remember, we're looking for young Wilmot of Kyneton. We have to be a bit careful. There's probably snakes in here. Mamba. You heard that lady yesterday ask if we had the black mamba, the most feared of all the South African snakes. It chases you apparently. Oh look, there's a whole heap over there too. Oh man. Anyway, Charles met him. The rifles. Well, he died October 1901. So certainly, he probably died in combat. And this is a quite a big one. Memory of Thomas St. Wilfrid Lloyd Gates, a sergeant volunteer in Cruise Scouts, attached to the E Squadron Rhodesia Regiment. Registrar of Deeds, Bulawayo. That's where Dad used to live, Bulawayo. So he was born in the colony. He's killed in action at the relief of Mafeking. So 16th of May 1900, that fits right into the siege. He may have been part of the relieving force that came up and didn't quite make it. Oh, look at this. We've seen this before. Paget's horse. Killed in action at Jacobsdale. Hey, that's cool as. Remember Paget's horse? Yeah, we're right in the guts now of this siege. Here lie the mortal remains of Captain Frederick Harding Crewe of Crewe Scouts, the Rhodesian forces, mortally wounded outside Mafeking, March. He was wounded the end of March. He lasted 2 days and died. That's right in the middle of the siege. Here we go, Reginald Ramsay Arbuthnot, the captain of the Royal Irish. Wow. And then as you can see, well, we'll get across to them. Lots of those military crosses. I don't see any Boer graves yet. Captain Petchel of the King's Rifles died of wounds. Killed in action at, can't read that, Cannon. Oh, Cannon Clough maybe. Oh, bloody hell. Oh. They're starting to fade, aren't they? Yeah, this one died in the siege. Emily Clough. We don't know how, maybe disease, maybe a shell came through the house. Once again, we're moving away from those dates. So we'll move on to the military crosses again. There's a young girl that died during the siege, Gertrude Eliza. Let's have a quick look at these men. Private Calvert, Trooper McCorkindale, Private Kirby, Trooper Malloy, Trooper Hassel, Private Richards, Trooper Evans, Lance Corporal Ironside. These dates fall right smack bang into the siege, don't they? Trooper Doubly. This is Arthur Hazelrig, the Cape Mounted Police, the eldest son of General Hazelrig, Royal Artillery, who died at Mafeking, May the 13th, 1900, from the wounds received the previous day. He was 27. Oh, these crosses go. Can you see how far back they go? Oh, we're going to try and find Wilcott from Kyneton. So we got Robinson, Northkins, Schmidt, Trooper Sanders, Trooper Banyan, the Rhodesian Regiment. And this is a nice one. Trooper Cashman died June 1900. Trooper Elaine died for King and Empire. Oh. You have to say kind of died for nothing, wouldn't you? In the end, no white person ended up with this country. It returned to the majority. Private Kelly. I think it was probably in the best interests of these Boer republics to go with the British, you know. British had more experience and more money. Anyway, Albert James Talbot, he was 27 when he died during the siege. Margaret Victor from Ireland. Edward Sidney Early, James Eaton. So he's from the 5th Battalion of the Worcestershire Imperial Yeomanry. We saw some nice costumes of the yeomanry in Cedar Lodge, didn't we? Hey? Okay, Private Goodall, Trooper Maud, Trooper Black. Oh, look at that one, Australian Bushman. Look at that. Hey? And this guy here is the Queensland contingent. Brilliant. These are the Aussies. Thank you for your service. Men at ease. And it's nice they buried the Aussies alongside each other. Private Brittain, Private Jarvis, Private Kyneton. Oh, here's the Victorian Bushman. Victorian Bushman. Sergeant Brown, Private Evans, Private Gunn, Private West. Shit. Oh, we've got more to go. These ones seem to have been buried between the soldiers. Frankie Brown, who died from the effects of a shell wound. January 1900, he was only 9. Oh, Frankie, you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time, weren't you, mate? I'll put this up for you. There you go. Wrong place, wrong time, we've all been there. Guys, he's a Chinaman. Out for the gold rush. Corporal Walsh. Parland. Jones. From the Protectorates Regiment. Corporal Klein. Trooper Turner. Trooper Soundry. Trooper Middleditch, Trooper Fraser, Trooper MacDonald, Trooper Kelly, all from the Protectorate. You got to remember, guys, you know, we talk about, well, maybe we don't, but we should. British Bechuanaland was a British protectorate, which is now Botswana. They got their independence in the 60s. They're one of the very few stable, successful African countries, Botswana. But yeah, we're only like 30 kilometres from their border. So a lot of these men would have come across from British Bechuanaland, or they would have been stationed there. And there's Private Buren. Oh, he's from the Town Guard. Hempseed, love it. Downham, Paget. Oh. Barry, smart. Trooper W, smart. And loving it. Footman. Can't read that, it's all faded. We're still looking for Wilcott, aren't we? Trooper Heary. Trooper Duffy. Trooper Smith from, once again, the Protectorate. Trooper Baker. Trooper Dougal. Okay. Interesting, they have for King and Empire, when these men died, I think the Queen was still on the throne. Trooper Corby, Trooper Hales, Trooper Wood, Trooper Gurney, Trooper Gibbs, Sergeant Ross, Corporal Pickard, all from the Protectorate, Trooper Troulcher, Trooper Wood, Trooper Nicholas, Corporal Dunn, Trooper Collins, Corporal Martin. Sup! 10 shot! Sup! Bartface! Alright. Private Slater Brown from the Mafeking Town Guard. Private Wilson. Private Neil. Private Dudley. Private Graham. Trooper Rouse. Trooper Baker. Trooper Snow. Private Kitty. Private Jones. Trooper David Francis of the British South African Police died of wounds 3rd of February 1900. He was 40 and a bit. Also Trooper Walter Francis of the police, also killed on the 6th of May. Remember Trooper Donald, there were a couple of attempts by the Boers to break in, and likewise there were a couple of attempts by the British to break out and attack the Boer forts. So this is for the only daughter of May Estelle Nesbitt. She's the daughter of Captain Nesbitt. Died during the siege. She died in February. We can't see 1885. What's that make it? 85, 5, 90, 16 maybe? Don't sue me if I'm wrong. Trooper Warmald, Trooper Miller. Some unknown names. This could be one of the Wilmots, you know. A bent soldier. Okay. I hope I don't pound the car parked at the bank. Okay, Trooper Metlashek, Sergeant Phillips, Elliot, Trooper Golding of the British South African Police. We just saw one of them. Private Colson, Private R. Carter. Now we saw him yesterday, remember? He caught my eye. Trooper Pickering, Private Webb, Trooper D. McDonald, the CP, the Cape Police maybe, Sergeant Major W.A. Taylor, Town Guard, Private Shelwick, Private Borthwick. Okay, let's have a look at these guys and then we better get back and hope they don't tow my car away. Mafeking. Oh, these are post. See, so we'll have a quick look at any of these. That's you're never going to find out who that is. And these are pre-siege, pre-Boer War. I better get back to the car in case the bank. Yeah, these are all pre-Boer War. Right. Let's hoof it back to the car. Oh, fuck. So that was good, wasn't it? There's probably more that I, missed out on. But cemeteries are hard work, you know. Especially old cemeteries, reading the headstones and all that stuff's real hard work. I don't know if I did those, I probably did. Those military crosses down there, I think it started there, but we'll walk a bit in front of them. And there's more here. Oh. There he is. How's that? Trooper W.E. Wilmot. We found him. Oh, he's biting me. We found him. Bechuana Land Reserve maybe. G.E.W. Wilmot. He's from Kyneton. Hey mate. Yeah, Kyneton's still going. It's really changed since you were there. You wouldn't recognise it, mate. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. We've got angry hands. You wouldn't recognise it, mate. It's just not the same as that, eh? I had to walk off. And I find him. Okay. Oh, man. There's heaps of them. I don't know who I've done. I think I'm pretty sure I've done these guys. Anyway, I can't do them all, can I? And really, what's your concentration span? So you see, this is a native. He's a resident commissioner of the Bechuanaland Protectorate. He died at Patrick's Day. Really happy we found the boy from Kyneton. Yeah, okay, I did it. I'm here. I'm in Mafeking. The Lion's Rest, which is on Cecil John Rhodes Street. It seems okay. You know, they told me that they faffed around saying, I'm not sure if you've got a room, you know, did you book? And eventually they gave me a room, but I can't see that there's anyone else here anyway. I did book bed and breakfast, which will be in that room behind me I saw. And for food at night they order out. There's a place over the road delivers. So been a hell of a day. I didn't mind it though. As I said, went through all these small towns. My phone took me off the toll roads. I went through places like Potchefstroom, Ventersdorp, Liechtenstein or something. Lots of little places that, you know, were tiny that I went through. Then came the potholes. There were sections of road that were just terrible. But as I said, these guys, they seem to use the potholes as a form of income. So they stand and they wave their broom and warn you, so you slow up for the pothole, and then of course the hands are out. And then they start sweeping all the dirt and gravel back into the pothole, which I didn't mind as a income stream. So I did give, as I mentioned, I gave this kid £5 So anyway, I was glad to get here, and the Lion's Rest. I only chose this place because of the name, but it'll do. It's got a pool, and it seems okay. So straight away I went to the museum. You saw that. Those ladies were really friendly. You know, they didn't have any foreign tourists. I looked in the visitors book. They didn't have any foreign tourists, so they were amazed that an Australian had come to see them. So that's when I said, is it safe around the streets? I wanted to use, and I did. I used my strap, my chest fitting, so I didn't have to carry the camera just in case it was snatched off me. And that's when they said, I will get you a security guard. So they got me Samuel. I'm not sure, I don't think he really would have guarded me, but that was a nice gesture, and it was good to have him along. So you'll see the footage. I was going to read out Mafeking stories. I've got a book, Letters from the Siege of Mafeking. I was going to read over the top of that, just but I think it's more interesting for you to hear what's going on at street level. I'll find another place to read you some letters here and there from the siege. Unfortunately, there's not very much left. There's the museum. If I can get out of the cemetery, there'll be some stuff there, but there's, you know, the town has been completely razed and demolished, and it's only that's the old town hall that is still standing, and really, as far as museums go, pretty bare, but that doesn't matter. What they had was brilliant and fantastic. You see that corrugated iron with holes in it, that peppered with Boer shrapnel from Long Tom. We'll go and see where those Long Toms were last used. There was a battle at Diamond Hill, I think, when they finally used the Long Toms, and then they put them away. They were too hard to keep out of the hands of the British. So anyway, I think that might be it for me for today. I'll sleep well tonight. It's about 4:30, and I'll be here till Saturday, so we'll do another adventure tomorrow. I might even go back to the museum tomorrow, because it's really good. And actually, postcards, I've got to send old David a postcard. That's his language, snail mail. I always said I would, and really glad that I can do that. You know what I really would like would be tea towels with that
proclamation, you know, Mafeking relieved. That'd be fantastic. And they also had in the papers at the time, they were mocking the Boers. I think it was, this town was under siege for, I don't know, 280 days or something, and it had Mafeking 280, Boers 0, like a cricket score. You know, tea towels with that sort of stuff on it, but unlikely. And even as you saw when we walked around, there's nothing for tourists here, because I don't think they get many tourists. Alright, so might have an early dinner and then have an early night.